Welcome everyone to another edition of the UT4 Elim League Season 3 hosted by UTPugs. We have a match today for you between Gabo and Eclipse. Gabo, the Hydro Crabs clan, I believe, is the name. HCC is their tag, and I say it stands for Hydro Community College because that makes perfect sense to me. And that's what they'll be known by me from here on out. But they are, in fact, Hydro Clap Clan. Hydro, get in the match or have your team somebody host it. Jesus, stop typing bets in chat. That is not helping anyone get this show on the road. But I'm trying to get this show on the road, and I'm waiting for this match to get hosted. They're all here. They're all sitting here. You can see them in here. They're beady little eyes looking at yeah, Hydra, you don't have one of those. Looking at the start new match button, but no one is hitting it because they are afraid. Yes, everyone in this match is in fact a coward and doesn't want to be the host. Anyone here that's listening, if you can get in a Leandry bet before this match goes live, go bet not on Hydro's team. His keyboard is greasy. He's going to be slipping, sliding all over those keys. I mean, knowing Hydro, he'll probably add some sticky stuff to get those keys to, not be so greasy. He's just that kind of person. Let's be real here. You could also just, throw some Rockstar on it. I'm sure when that dries, it'll be pretty sticky. Let's be real. Match, weirdest thing I've ever seen. Match I'm trying to join is full. Might not have actually loaded the map yet then. I think it's a little bit different if you're a spectator trying to join versus a player trying to join. Kind of wild, but this is a game that never made it out of pre-alpha. Didn't even make it to an alpha. And that's what you get when you let your heart win. Don't we all know what that feels like? As it stands, we've got the Hydro Community College against whatever Eclipse's team name is. Not sure, don't know, not important. Let me get this behind you on. So warm-up isn't you staring randomly at some guy's face as he shoots into the void. System settings, turn that audio down a little bit. Because full volume game, probably not as necessary for a stream experience. Let's be real here. As it stands, I can't remember who is on Eclipse's team. I think it is Eclipse, Ralph. I want to say they have two other fairly solid players. I mean, both teams are quite a battle of, one pretty good top player in Ralph and U-Shots. Stone Cold is one of them. Don't know who the other one is, but yeah, battle of two teams very similarly constructed. One decently high player, but no real weaknesses left. Beta. They got Beta. So actually, no, that's a little bit different. They got kind of two guys who are in that upper level of play, and one who's a little bit lower, probably the lowest salary value by a little good margin in Stone Cold. But HCC has no real weaknesses to speak of. I think their lowest rated player is Crabs or Gabo, but both of whom are still pretty well rated players perfectly capable of producing decent results. So, I mean, can't complain if you are either one of these teams. Both very well-constructed rosters. We've actually, I mean, outside of Weasty's team looking strong, but that's more because Weasty's like the S+ player in this cup. You know, no teams look relatively, you know, balanced on paper. So far, a lot of close matches, a lot of close games, 10-9s, 10-8s, you know, full 3-game series where the third game means something for the match rather than just seeding. But, you know, it's a pretty well-balanced cup team-wise so far. No team outside of maybe Hoboxes is looking like a you know, too far out from the rest of the field. And we still have several weeks left. Things could change. Making playoffs always gives you new life. Anything can happen once you get into that playoff bracket. Some people react differently to pressure than others, and you won't know until we get there. So the goal: make playoffs. After that, question mark, and then win championships. I'm going to just ignore that comment, buddy, as for the most part, outside of matches, I stream with the webcam on. Deal with it. Let's be real. All the balds in this community wish they could have hair as glorious as mine. Just face the facts. As it stands, my prediction for this match is that Eclipse's team takes it down. I think they're gonna win. They may be passive, but although Signify is one of Hydro's maps, and we have ready up, we are getting into the final countdown, and we're gonna start this match in just another couple of seconds as we have the final 3, 2, and the 1, and we are getting into the game, and we're going to make sure X-Ray is on, and we're going to start off. We're going to go right on board with Mr. U-Shots. I believe he's the highest salaried player in this matchup, and he is responsible for carrying his team. The Hydro Community College team is moving out over the map. Everyone in the Shock Chubbs Rockets area, but one of Hydro Community College's players is already gone. U-Shot's not quite getting the timing with that combo, and he's going to instead shoot towards Beta, wisely backing off, and then getting the snipe. U-Shot's getting the worst end of the deal with the Zoomer. Never want to test these Zoomers in head glitching battles. They are going to absolutely roll you over, and Beta does in fact roll you over, and now Gabo, last alive in the 1v3, and Ralph getting out the link, absolutely smoking. Well, getting Gabo out of the game, winning round 1 for his team, and we're going to go actually on board with Ralph. And once again, nice combo. Ralph getting the 100 damage bow out onto Gabo at statues, but he is now in no man's land, surrounded by 4 players. The entirety of Hydro Cops clan is all over Ralph, but Ralph somehow is not the first one to die. And in fact, Hydro Community College looks to be fading. And Ralph is now, U-Shots right behind him. Ralph perfectly timed dodges, getting out of dodge there. And U-Shots now in it alone in the 1v3, getting some damage out. Beta right behind him, flacks him down, shoots him in the back, and Beta, currently the high man on the totem pole. We will go on board with him for this next round. Beta, 5.8 PPR. It is early. It is 2 rounds, and he is getting hydroed right now as Mr. Rockstar taking him out, and we're gonna go on board with Hydro for the rest of this round. He's about to start rocket jumping and using those. Hydro, you did that in the wrong order. That was a terrible combination, and we all had to witness it. As now Ralph in the 1v3 gets a kill on Gabo. He has started U-Shots, a great follow-up shot. Way to trade back. U-Shots getting his team on the board. 2-1 now. And we're going to go on board Hydro start of this round. See what's up. 70 damage on Stone Cold. Hitting the snipe early. And he's moving forward and loading those rockets. And he's going to run right into Eclipse. Shorts the rockets. The combo missing everything. And holding off for a hero. And the combo hits is a 0. Hydro just moving around. Eclipse and Ralph now in a 2v4. And Eclipse going down. Ralph probably soon to follow. 60 HP, 19 HP, dead. And 2-0 after going up 2 rounds. The 11-year-olds, as Beta's the only one with a clan tag, have fallen behind. And we're going to show Team Captain Eclipse here, hitting a nice snipe onto Gabo. And he's pushing forward, securing top bio control, dropping down to water. Not exactly what I would expect, but works out, does 90 into Crabs, gets some damage. And now Gabo stuck. Gabo going down to Eclipse, but Eclipse traded out immediately. And back on board, U-Shots in a tough fight at water, goes down. And now it is up to Crabs and Hydro. Crabs, 2 people on top of him, does eventually drop. Hydro going for Ralph, knows Ralph is low, gets the health. Stone Cold watching the health pack. Stone Cold getting the shot. Hydro 5 HP, Stone Cold a lot of HP, and Hydro soon loses that last 5, goes down, and the lead returned via Stone Cold winning the 1v1 against Hydro. Hydro, great chance though. What a very good round out of Hydro despite the loss. You know, proven why Rockstar is the real energy drink choice of all UT players out there. I don't drink energy drinks. It's water or beer. Pretty much it. And Coconut Crabs taken down. Ralph now last alive in the 1v4, and he's got very little HP, and Gabo's taken no chances, leaving no prisoners alive. Uses the link gun. Finishes up. If any of you watched the 2K4 game, you'll see that finishing weapons are important and secure rounds. We saw multiple people with 10 HP get clutches against people with much more than 10 HP. Out of a refusal to use the finishing gun, and U-Shots just goes right in on Eclipse, gets the kill. And the Elim special coming in strong, although I think he was a little bit hurt. Wasn't 100 and nothing, but still fantastic damage coming out. And we're going to go Ralph now. Last alive, running for his life. Once again, has around 18 to 22 HP and is running and runs right into U-Shots, gets the kill, and then Gabo, I think that was Gabo. Yeah, Gabo in a 1v1, Gabo missing the shot. Ralph definitely has the advantage. I was going to say definitely has the advantage. He does have the advantage. Gets the Dark Horse. Ralph, what a play. Was there team damage that caused a self-kill there? I don't feel like I saw him get one of the 3, but there definitely were 3 when I was on him, so we missed somebody doing something funny. And Ralph and Eclipse are already down to a 2v4, and Ralph going down about the same time as Eclipse, 4-4. Ralph and Crabs, currently your leaders. We haven't been on board with Team Captain Gabo yet, though. He needs to get his round, and eventually we're going to have to get on Stone Cold. He needs a round as well. Missed a couple people in there, showed you some great rounds, and that was not it. And Beta going in, fighting U-Shots face-to-face, mano-a-mano, and then they just back off as if nothing happened. But now Beta's getting pushed from multiple sides, runs right into, can't tell who that was at Shock, but he does survive. Hydro, thank God that wasn't somebody with better aim. And now, I mean, Eclipse is at this pillar. Ralph is going to have somebody right on him. Hydro going down. Eclipse, last alive, gets the double kill, and now he's got one less to go. Hydro versus Eclipse. Can Hydro out-aim his opponent? Yes, he can. Hydro teabagging for good sportsmanship at the end. You love to see it. And we're going to go on board Stone Cold. Start your round off. He's going to move over to Shock. This is an aggressive position. I would have expected him to try and go up to Bio somewhere else, but he's getting shot from multiple angles, and he is probably going to go down here. He does, in fact, go down. And now U-Shots is pushing nothing. And Eclipse and Gabo fighting up at the Bio. And just going to back off it as a 2v2. Combo a little bit short there. It looks like Coconut and Gabo should have the advantage, but Ralph is a very strong player and can turn anything on its head. But Gabo just going to make sure Eclipse goes down, and now Ralph dies immediately after. I'm hitting the button to swap to him, but he has already passed away. Oh, I guess I was not hitting the button. Whoopsie daisies. But we moved to his corpse anyways. Got a nice corpse view. Hydro Clown College is a great suggestion, and looks like Stone Cold at the water pillar. U-Shots just trying to hold off, and they hear each other. They know. Ralph making use of the ledge. Few people make use of that ledge. It is a deceptively sneaky spot to stand, and leaving the health pack for U-Shots. U-Shots needs to get himself stacked, and now Ralph. 1v3 again. This team has just been unable to get themselves into, non-Dark Horse situations. To be fair, this is a good map for Hydro. Hydro knows this map very well. This and Cheops are the two maps I would not want to pick against Hydro. He seems to be more comfortable here than others. And also, Krabs is very comfortable here. We're going to go on board. He is their team leader. I mean, it's just going to be Shock primary spam. Although he does pull out the flak here and the sniper. But looking Bio just, I guess, didn't hear the shots coming from behind him. And once again, Eclipse's team is down to their final player, which is Ralph in the 1v3. Not what you're looking for out of your rounds. I mean, this is the guy you want alive in these last alive situations. But you can't win every 3v1. That's an impossible ask. And that is just, yeah. Go on board U-Shots. He's playing here. Hydro is actually getting in. And we're going to go on board U-Shots, or not U-Shots, Hydro. Because he's getting a beta. Just doesn't check the corner. And Hydro makes him pay. I was gonna make a joke about a local Cleveland celebrity, but I doubt any of you know who I would be talking about with making people pay. Eclipse goes down, and it is now 9-4. After being tied 4-4, Hydro Community College has taken Eclipse's team to school, and hopefully they can get their associate's degree. Because they probably don't even have a GED at this point, as, getting it, 3v3 here, much more manageable if you are Eclipse's team. But Beta going in here right at statues. Gabo getting out the link gun, taking him down. Hydro sitting over by water pillar. He is lurking, waiting for his shot. And he'll hold that shot forever, as he doesn't even fire one. And Eclipse's team gets one back. Probably a little too little too late, but you never know. And it ain't over until the scoreboard ticks over to 10 for one team. But it is not looking good for them right now, as one of the two remaining players don't. U-Shots, don't do it to him, my boy. Holy moly. Absolutely smashed. 10-5 in favor of Hydro Community College. What a performance. I mean, look at those kills and deaths. Evenly spread out. 14, 16, 10, and 10. Absolute masterclass in teamwork. I mean, 2.7, lowest PPR on the team. Absolute dog walking. Tremendous performance from Hydro Community College. Can't say anything poor about that at all. By the way, local Cleveland celebrity, in terms of actually local to the area, Tim Misney, lawyer. Look up his ads. You'd see them every Sunday watching football, every sporting event, whatnot. He bought all the local ad spots. The dude has 300 billboards or something, 400 billboards in the area. It's wild. One of his promotional campaigns was just a picture of, it's just his eyeball doing the eyebrow raise thing, nothing else, just that. It's I'd see occasionally see social media posts from just what is this billboard and what does it mean? It's just absolute crazy talk. Anyways, we're going to get into map number 2, Rankin. This definitely feels like the Eclipse's team's pick. Long, mostly hit scan, 100%, and just we'll show you shots. This man should be good here. He's played several 2K4 Cups, although this map does play very differently in UT4 as opposed to 2K4. Just because the shield gun is a little bit more effective in the map and whatnot. Definitely easier to get flanks and good kind of team play and aggressive actions going, whereas it's very static in UT4 to some degree. And right now, right off the rip, Gabo, last alive, goes down early. Hydro types ready ? Not sure what that is supposed to mean, but we're going to go on board with Beta early on. Zoomer reflexes on a lot of these pixel shots, probably important, but he's going to take not a lot of damage. I expected more on him, but Hydro just walks into a combo like it is a can of Rockstar. The man could not resist it. Irresistible. The taste of Rockstar. As U-Shots getting stuck in a corner, goes down. Krabs last alive in a 1v4. Krabs, can he do it? Can he run? He is being pursued. Gets the nice snipe onto Beta. Gets the shock primary. Misses one. Hits another. Gets another. He has a health pack right in front of him. He gets a double kill. What a shot out of Coconut Krabs. But now he's got one more to deal with. Cannot find the shot on Eclipse. Eclipse takes him down and gives, once again, start of the map, 2-0 lead to... I am on the wrong people. Not who I wanted to be. On the wrong numbers. We're going to stick with U-Shots, though. We already got here. He's fighting Ralph, the guy who I wanted to spectate this round. And Ralph walking right back into U-Shots. U-Shots getting some damage down. And now Beta flanking somebody over. Getting involved, taking out Gabo. And there is about to be a fight at mini here. Krabs and Beta right on each other. Krabs backing off. Beta not scared of the link gun, and Beta now in a 1v2. This is going to be a tough one for him. I wish Zoom I could still see the UI and see the health bars. Hydro is very healthy. U-Shots does survive a snipe. Hydro does not care, just hits 2 shots, calls it a day, gets around on the board for his team, well, for Gabo's team, which I am giving as somewhat bears his name. I don't know why it's Hydro Crab Clan, just ignoring U-Shots and Gabo point of view. But Coconut pushing in, comboing his teammate. That's a shock primary enjoyer. What are these combos? They hurt. They're AoE. They hurt your teammates too. Say it ain't so. Eclipse Stombos doesn't get punished. Krabs had a long time to look at him, and now Ralph behind. Get the link gun out. Krabs doesn't matter. Shock primary is life. It is before anyone else. And now Eclipse is running for his life. Looks like, you know, he's trying to prevent the piston up. But I don't know if anyone would actually do that in UT4. Maybe Fantasy would. Or Mini Jump. Also a possibility. But Eclipse going in, going down. 2-2. Same exact start as Signify. Does not bode well for you if you are a fan of Eclipse's team. But, you know, you can't always be perfect. Anyways, Ralph. Getting high pinged. Not exactly what you want to see. And Hydro was right behind him, and I think his teammate went down. Ralph does also go down, and now Stone Cold, naked and afraid, in the Biohall. He does have... Everyone is one-shottable. This is prime Stone Cold Dark Horse material. Gets Gabo. Misses Krabs. Can he get again? Krabs jumping up. Oh, Krabs. One player that survives a beam. Everyone else is chopped liver. You hear the rockets loading. Hydro getting the Elim special. Stone Cold does not turn around to shoot him. Just tries to run away. Not exactly what you want to see. That missed opportunity could come back to bite Eclipse's team there. As, you know what? We got to go Hydro. Start the round off for us. As you start off with the death... U-Shots now, getting into the fight a little bit. Stone Cold facing him down, and, you know, Coconut's got a bunch on. He is trapped at belt. He is not going to have help anytime soon. And U-Shots now running away in a 1v4. This could have been a big round if they collect U-Shots here, and Stone Cold wasn't able to win the very winnable 1v3. This could be... they could have been up 4-2. Instead, they're tied 3-3. Got to be kicking himself after that. Missed opportunities. And Hydro pushing forward, running right into Beta, missing everything. Takes a little bit of chip damage, and now is just going to hide. Not going to help his teammate fighting someone right below him. Instead, decides to go over to Flak. And again... Great combo. Way to readjust to that core. He was definitely standing still, but it doesn't matter. And if he'd actually held that combo, would have been able to get Eclipse there. Or at least do a lot of damage. But Gabo going down, gets linked down. Could tell from the health as I was getting to him. But he goes down, and now Eclipse's team finally does have a lead. Beta, 3.8 PPR. Go on board, see what he's doing. Waiting in corners, shooting the sniper. What a rankin' enjoyer. He's also taken some damage in return, though, and now deciding Hydro. Just not checking Link Gun. You have to guess that Beta's going to be there. Seems obvious to me, but I guess Hydro could not see that possibility. Beta is low. Beta in a 1v2. Gabo making sure that he doesn't get any opportunities to shoot U-Shots. Takes him down. Ugh. And go on board U-Shots. Gabo's actually leading for his team. I don't think we've been on board. Gabo is going to be seeing someone up here getting shot by Ralph. Low ground is trying to think of something that rhymes or at least has some sort of alliteration, whatnot. Low ground is not good. You don't want to be there. If you can avoid it, always have high ground. High ground is superior. U-Shots and Eclipse fighting mano a mano. U-Shots getting the better, and now Ralph, last alive, running from... Gets a nice snipe onto U-Shots, gets another one. Making it a 1v1. Crucially, he now survives the sniper. Krabs cannot just get the kill with one shot. Has to do two. Ralph through the wooden floorboards. I mean, who even builds a floorboard support with a gap like that? Come on, map construction. Leandry Corporation, terrible job. Structural integrity is not on their. What a headshot! What a headshot! Hydro going down. Great combo out of Krabs just backs right into Ralph's waiting arms as Ralph's loving embrace is about to wipe over all of Hydro Crab Clan. Gabo jumping up. U-Shots and Gabo challenging Ralph here. This is big. They got an isolated 2v1, but U-Shots backing off, leaving Gabo to fight alone. And now Gabo is all alone, goes down to Beta, and a 6-4 lead in favor of Eclipse's team. The unknown team name, but with Beta having the only tag, we're going to call them the 11-year-olds. 11-year-olds getting a 2-round lead, kind of key for them, but multiple people playing this biohall. Usually you don't want to do that until you can confirm that there's a lot of people there. But they're backing off, trying to hold minigun. Down a player already. Someone got by Beta. He did not hear. Could be flanking his teammates, and Gabo getting a shot. His teammate stuck in the flat corridor. Both of them in the flat corridor. It's a little hidey hole. The Viet Cong hiding out in the bunker. And Beta trying to get out of there. Finally does. And Krabs in the 1v1. Neither player hitting a shot. And somehow Beta and Ralph re-hooking up. Beta finally taking out Krabs, going down to a stray rocket. Oh, I'm not really sure if it's a stray, but two strong opponents. U-Shots very healthy. Gabo, Link gun. He didn't want to lose this round. Gives U-Shots a very good chance of winning it, as long as U-Shots doesn't do anything completely foolish, like jump into a combo trying to guard a pack. That is not kosher, my friend. Ralph getting the clutch against U-Shots. What a round out of Ralph. And, I mean, good job by Beta surviving as long as he did. Goes down to the errant rocket. I mean, you can't chase the health packs there. Just greed things. And now Ralph seeing Gabo getting a nice snipe. Shooting the core. Shooting... Nice combo out of Ralph. I think that was him hitting that. Sometimes high ping and spectator can make fools of us all. As Ralph now getting pushed by 2, gonna drop down to amp and quickly vacate the premises. Although U-Shots locks him in there, and got to keep the inmates in the amp asylum. That is. I mean, that is a pit of death 99% of the time if you are alone and the other team knows that you're there alone. And we're going to go on board, check the scoreboard, peep the scoreboard, go to U-Shots, or not, because I can't hit the 1 key. Wait, why? Why am I not able to... Oh, U-Shots died. Okay. That was quick. Sorry. Apologize. Hydro getting a kill on Stone Cold, eating a combo in return, and then not completing the combo. Would have done a bunch of damage to Eclipse. Instead, he doesn't. And Krabs also not completing a combo that would have done a bunch of damage. Shoot your cores, friends. Shoot your cores. A core unpopped kills a abandoned puppy. Anyways, back to, get on board our U-Shots programming, as he's trying to help his teammate in a pseudo 2v2, as the other team was 2v1ing his teammate, and he got some shots off in the back, fails the piston, hits a little ledge, gets a nice snipe out, and Ralph could go down to U-Shots, does go down to U-Shots. U-Shots pick that up, crouching like it's UT99 sniper, sack up. And Eclipse getting right out from him in front of that rocket in a 1v1. U-Shots not hitting the shot. I mean, somebody just do anything. U-Shots finally getting out the link gun, says, I'm tired of this. Hits him, takes him down, gets a 2-round lead, or gets it back to a 2-round deficit if you are Hydro Crab Clan supporters. Gonna be a tough... I mean, so far it looks like these teams are just kind of moving back and forth and shooting at each other. Somebody is fighting down Eclipse and Beta. I'm going to go on board. Krabs looks like he's fighting right now. Eclipse missing the boot jump, and Krabs taking him down. Ralph coming in, missing the trip rockets. Krabs trying to trade hit scan with a hit scan player. Not really usually advisable. Missing again, but U-Shots is on Stone Cold. Stone Cold is low. They take him down, and now, yeah, just give that to U-Shots. You can't use it, Krabs. Ralph kills you in one shot, but it doesn't matter. Krabs shooting Ralph. Should have gone to Ralph. Ralph died anyways, and Hydro Community College making the comeback, going back to get their bachelor's degree, as they have brought it to a one-round deficit, and now U-Shots and Ralph just around this corner, and Ralph getting the better of U-Shots, but Ralph's teammate does go down, and now Ralph getting Krabs, though, getting some health. That could be key for him, but runs right into two people. That is not the beautiful combo out of Ralph, and gets the U-Shots now low, and what looked like could have been a bad round for the 11-year-olds goes strongly in their favor, as Ralph, what a round, what a combo, getting the kill on Hydro, pushing him at that flat connector. And we're going to go right on back, and Hydro's pushing a teammate. Ralph trying to get damage out, crouch spamming and using whatever movement tech he can think of to keep himself healthy, keep himself safe. And missing the shots here. U-Shots and Ralph going to end up being two ships passing as they avoid each other. But Ralph needs to get these health packs. I think it is imperative that he helps carry his team. Missing that combo, but not missing the follow-up shot. And he is in the 1v2. Gabo is very low. High ping dodges. Hello. Gabo gets the shot. Ralph looking up high. Gets shot from down low. Gabo taking him down. Making it a 2-round deficit. They need 2 rounds straight to get the win. And we're just going to go back to U-Shots. See what's cooking. And not the accuracy percentages right now. He has missed 3. Shooting the core, putting a threat of a combo out there, and now sees Beta, shoots Beta in the back. Beta doesn't really turn around. Ralph does look, and a bunch of people at Bio here. U-Shots. I mean, Hydro is in a pickle right now. We're going over to Hydro as he gets killed, and now U-Shots and his team are kind of collapsing on that minigun area, and this could be good for them. They need to find... There was a guy amped, but U-Shots looks for the guy across the map instead. Eclipse, 5 HP. Stone Cold, 50-some HP. Stone Cold dead. Eclipse on his last legs. I don't know if they know how low he is, but the shot comes out and gets missed, and 90 damage out. U-Shots is now a little bit low, but oh my god, anything finally gets the tick of the link gun down. 9-9. Will Hydro Crab Clan compete the comeback, get their college degree, or will the 11-year-olds take it down? We're going to go on board Beta, show him he needs... he's been one of their top performers, I think, him and Ralph. And they need a big round out of both of these guys. And right now they are down a player, and Beta loading trip rocks on his teammate. Not where you want to be. And Hydro coming down, dropping down with rocks, but Beta at least coming in for the trade, gonna go all the way up and hide. Now he is hiding. He's gonna make use of the camper bug exploit. 100%. Beta is not gonna move. No idea where he is. But they finally do find him. The shots and the sound comes out, and Krabs just does not care and trades his life for Beta, or doesn't even trade his life. Gets the kill. Krabs just getting the kill and getting the 2-0 victory for Hydro Community College as they take the lead. Well, take the lead in the final closing rounds and get the 2-0. They got to play the third. Can't remember what the tiebreaker is for this week. I believe... Actually, I cannot remember. Can't remember. If somebody knows, they can tell me. But... we're at where we're at. 2-0. And this map is for for the lulls, for the funsies. You know, it's to tell everyone that you participated. And if you somehow manage to tie somebody come the end of the season, you will... This could maybe help you. I believe it's probably your plus-minus rating overall. You know, your round wins, or map win losses, whatnot. But it will be Remedy. I had a feeling it was Remedy, but I could not say for certain. So we're going to be playing Remedicius, and we'll see how it goes. This map, often maligned, I actually think it's rather good. It's got a lot of options, a lot of angles, a lot of quick cut-throughs. It is... I mean, every map is a box when you really think about it long enough. But there are a lot of walls that separate these boxes into various different boxes. It's a box within a box, boxception. And it's got a lot of them in a lot of different areas, and a professional League of Legends player even as a call out. I mean, I don't understand how back shooters don't like this map. It's so easy to get flanks off. I mean, it's actually fairly quick to get through the middle of the map. However, you do also have to, you know, potentially be able to fight people with flak and rockets up close in those tight corners in the middle of the map as you're moving across. And you need to kind of have a good bead on like where the efficient and safe ways to move are. My thoughts. But I think the map has a lot of good team play opportunities. It's you know, it's a very tense map. Provides great games too. Like, that's just fact of life. Provides great games. We're gonna go on board UShots round 1 as they get the big room spawn, and they're gonna UShots dropping down. Not really where I'd want to drop down to. He's gonna go back up and get right on Beta, but Beta makes him pay with the flak. But now Stone Cold makes him pay with the rocket. Stone Cold taking the health pack after getting that damage. And players are fighting across the map. Beta currently in a tough situation here. I mean, this was the site of the infamous Beta sitting at doubleless doing nothing, and it seems like he might be doing this again. As, well, he's not going to that time, as Hydro gets the better of him with his patented rockets. And now on to Stone Cold. Stone Cold, Hydro kills himself on stream. What a maneuver. Gabo goes down. Hydro had Stone Cold dead to rights. Absolutely cooked. Secondary flak. Kill him. Done. Primary flaks the wall. Kills himself. You can't make this. You can't make this up. Absolute cinema. As quick trades at multiple odd man situations across the map. And Ralph now getting onto a fight here. He's got 2 people on him, and he is going to get the flak out. Great high ping flak out of Ralph, getting the damage done onto, I can't tell who that was. I think it was UShots. But Ralph gonna get out of here. Still has 100 HP to his name, and now UShots and Krabs are both somewhat hurt. Ralph missing the flick shot onto Krabs. Krabs trading with Ralph efficiently, gets the kill, and now Krabs is going to fight Eclipse right here, but he does have UShots to back him up. Stone Cold gets the kill. I'm gonna go on board UShots. He has significantly less HP than Stone Cold, but it is Stone Cold. This is doable. UShots should win these 1v1s, even with the health disadvantage a decent amount of the times, but Stone Cold does get the correct reads, gets the shots off, gets the kills, and once again, we have a 2-0 lead in favor of the 11-year-olds, as this map has started the same way the other 2 did. Big combo out of Beta, getting Hydro. Hydro going down. Can Beta make this a different scenario? And UShots currently looking like he is struggling. Low HP, but Beta is getting odd-manned. But now here comes the cavalry as U-Shots goes down. Krabs soon to follow, and unlike the previous two maps, we do not end up tied at 2-2. We have a 3-0 now in favor of the 11-year-olds, and we're going to go on board Eclipse. Get around in, brother. You get shot in the back. What a back shot. I don't understand how back shooters hate this map. He got shot in the back here. Great combo out of Eclipse, getting a pretty good trade onto U-Shots. U-Shots going to come out with the link gun, finally take him down, but he did trade effectively. And Stone Cold and Gabo fighting. Gabo going to back off from that. Beta going down to, I mean, we're back on Stone Cold after we swapped out, and Gabo mini-guns him down. Riveting gameplay. And we're going to go on board. We're going to go on board Gabo, team captain for Hydro Crab Clan. One of the unsung heroes. Does a lot of good work for his team. Gets a lot of the, you know, he's smart. He uses the finishing guns to get finishing damage at the end of rounds and helps his team secure rounds. That cannot be overstated. Like, it's just, it's so clutch. Goes down, though, and U-Shots and Hydro, as U-Shots gets Stone Cold. And it is now a manageable 2v3. Beta is low. Ralph is about 100 HP, but U-Shot's taken some unreturned damage. Unanswered damage, as the sports metaphor would say, with unanswered points. Dropping down on Beta, getting the kill. Gets the surprise, and now, however, he is alone in the 1v2, and both players pretty healthy, and Ralph's aim is pretty deadly. Perfect timing. Absolute peak. Ralph getting the kill as we needed to. And we're going to go on board. Who have we not really followed? I don't think we followed Beta yet much, at least this map. So we're going to show him, although he is across the map not fighting, and Eclipse is fighting. And so we're going to get Krabs missing the Elim special. And Eclipse somehow still alive. Finally does go down, and now they're going to push down Stone Cold as he's running into the little connector. 2 players in that connector, 3 players all in that little area. They are grouping up, and Krabs goes and eats those rockets. Decided that they would look great in his breakfast cereal. I don't know if Cinnamon Toast Rockets is tasty or not, but Krabs assures me that it is. As Hydro Crab Clan getting another round back, making it 4-2. I mean, if they can keep they just need to put together a couple more rounds at a time to make the comeback on this. And, I mean, Eclipse's team, the 11-year-olds, want to get a win at least. You don't want to lose 3-0. That feels bad. 2-1, you at least feel like you have something to build on. But as it stands right now, Eclipse and Stone Cold are, while healthy, in a 3v2. And Stone Cold now, both U-Shots and Stone Cold's IG sensitivities coming in play as they zoom circles with their mice around each other. And don't know why somehow the 3v2 becomes a 1v2, not in U-Shots' favor. Wowzers. While U-Shots and Stone Cold were having a merry-go-round, Eclipse made it a 2v1, and Stone Cold is now following, and he's got good angles. He's looking at the right shots, but he runs right into Stone Cold runs right into U-Shots there, and Eclipse now, and oh man, this is tight. U-Shots 40 HP, Eclipse 8 HP. Overtime will kill Eclipse, but they can't know that. And Eclipse definitely has to be seeing him, hearing him. And what a wall run out of U-Shots. Great use of the movement. Headshot from U-Shots takes down Eclipse. The overtime damage would have gotten him in another half a second, but it does not matter. U-Shots doesn't like to rely on underhanded tactics and just absolutely eviscerates Eclipse's head. And decides that he's going to eat a combo as repentance. Nothing going on over there. Coconut Krabs chasing down somebody with shock primary, and Beta getting some good damage out, and Krabs now just getting circled. U-Shots now last alive, gonna approach 4 people. usually not advisable. You don't just want to rush headlong 1v4. Maybe he just wanted to get the round over with, move on. But seems unlikely. Most people wouldn't do that. Pride. You never know. You never know. Anyone can win anything. And we're going to go on board Hydro here as he's getting right in. Takes down Stone Cold. Takes the health pack. And now is going to move in on Beta. And he's got rockets. Hydro's loading. Eclipse hurt. Eclipse very hurt. And direct air rockets with a lot of self-damage. I mean, I guess we'll take it. Hydro, I think, ran out of ammo. It does go down. And even though his team was looking like they were prepped for a big run there, it ends up being that U-Shots once again in the 1v2 in a situation that he probably should not have found himself in. But he does and goes down for his crimes. And we now have a 3-6 matchup, and scoreboard says U-Shots and Ralph, the men of the hour. We're going to go back on board with Ralph. Ralph kind of away from the fighting here. Going to go on board with U-Shots, who is fighting people. And U-Shots getting the better of Eclipse. And I can't be mad about that. And Ralph now running away from Gabo. It is him and Eclipse in a 2v3. And Eclipse is somebody on him, soon to go down to Hydro. Ralph now. And he is stuck in a corner and dies. 4-6. Hydro Crab Clan, Hydro Community College. Hydro Community College just rolls off the tongue so much easier than Hydro Crab Clan. Come on, guys. Ralph getting the rockets out, eating a combo, getting a little bit of trade damage out onto U-Shots, and now Beta right in on U-Shots' face. Looking the wrong way. U-Shots, big damage, gets out of the way, doesn't take the damage from Beta on the return. You can fight to live another day, but you can't live through a combo and a primary as the 11-year-olds clean up the community college graduates. And Beta, and wow, what a shot from U-Shots. Holy. Nice little moving pixel shot, and now Hydro. Beta absolutely eating Hydro alive, but now it is a 2v1, and Hydro might have a second lease on life. Somebody else comes in and from behind and cleans up Hydro, and now U-Shots is getting surrounded. He has 3 people on him, and he dies very quickly. And now Gabo. Look at all those little green team players running in a conga line down the Rockets hallway. Ugh. You love it. Not Hydro. U-Shots pushing up Beta right there. Gonna get, wow, comes back up. Did not expect that. Finally does drop. And now Ralph eats a 95 damage combo out of U-Shots. Big damage out onto him. Go back on board Ralph as he's actually pushing behind people. Long flank. U-Shots going down to, or Beta going down to U-Shots. And now U-Shots and Eclipse. Eclipse now has people behind him. Ralph still kind of in the background, but he is saving his HP quite well. U-Shots 10 HP. Crab's a little healthier. This is a 1v2. Well, make that a 1v1 as U-Shots goes down immediately, and Crab's now trying to hit scan battle Stone Cold. Usually you want to try and get close. Probably a better option. Stone Cold a little bit worse for wear in the hits in the close in battles, but Crab's losing that one. And now we'll go on board Ralph. Ralph's also fighting, has 3 people in his face, and this is going to be a big round out of Ralph, hopefully. His team needs a win here, and he's going to link up with his teammates in the big room by the 100, and everyone over at Double Lift. And I mean, this is going to be a knockdown, drag out, slobber knocker, and Ralph decides that he wants no part of it. U-Shots does decide he wants part of it, takes care of Beta, and now just going after the last two members in the big room. Ralph has finally decided to move over and rejoin his teammates, but U-Shot's 2 HP, getting hit by everything, finally goes down, and now Gabo fighting for his team's life on this map 3. That means absolutely nothing for them, as they have the match victory. Well, it doesn't mean nothing. It means a little bit. But 2-1. Eclipse's team manages to get the map win in the third map. Get a round on the board, get a map on the board, make themselves feel a little better. But story of the match, Hydro Crab Clan taking the W, 2 rounds, 2-1, or 2 maps, 2-1, winning both Signify and Rankin. Rankin in a 10-9 scoreline, 10-9 comeback, no less. Quite fantastic games out of them. As it stands, signing off here, UT4 Elim League Season 3 hosted by UTPugs. Check out any other streamers that might be happening this weekend, any other games might be happening this weekend. I know there's a couple. And hey, until then, take care of yourselves. Enjoy your Friday evening. Enjoy your weekend. All right, everyone. Take care.